All right, let's do this. So we live, y'all. Welcome back to the channel, M.A.S Media, M.A.S YouTube channel media. Double A Heff here. My co-host Big Mike. Talk to him, Mike.
Woo! 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 Oh, these fucking allergies are killing everybody. Also, just just kidding. All right, guys, we're here for you.
Okay.
Welcome back, y'all. As my co-host said, this is one hell of an episode that we got for you here at M.A.S Media Channel. So yeah, I'll let my co-host take it away.
All right. Well, honestly, I don't know where I'm taking it because I've never watched this video. So, I just know what the title is. The title is "Does Income Matter When Dating?" So I'm pretty sure we're gonna definitely touch that topic. And I'm just curious to see what they're gonna say during this video.
Give me a second. Yeah, so my apologies. Yeah, I had to these allergies are killing me. This video is something that came across by
Oh damn! Close your window, motherfucker. God damn! You got
no,
allergies like that.
Now my window's closed. I didn't take my allergy medicine. Holy shit! But yeah, no. This video is something that I think came across my purview a couple months ago. I wanted to do an episode on the podcast as far as on our Anchor and things of that nature when we were still doing audio on this. But I figured it would be an awesome time since we've moved into the visual space. I thought you guys would definitely get a kick out of watching this woman go to work. I'm going to be keying in on this on a particular type of interviewee during this episode, guys, because I mean honestly, she's really the only one who's going to matter. And by the time I get done with this, you guys will absolutely know who and why I said what I said. All right, so from further ado, let's go ahead and take it away.
All right.
So it's all about the mindset. That's the most important thing, the mindset of the person that you're dealing with.
If you
Here she
have
goes.
a lot of money and you go broke, and I've been there through the struggle, and I personally feel that you have a legitimate reason to be broke, and I have a validation to believe that you will seek wealth again, then I'll hold you down. If you're broke when I meet you, you don't stand a chance. Because
what's broke to you? What is defined broke?
Oh.
You make less than double what I make.
Less than double.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a shit ton.
Okay.
But you should be making double what I make. That being said, it's because I've held broke men down. I've been played by broke men.
Okay.
And personally, it doesn't pay off. So I won't do it again. And it is what it is. It's not hard to find someone who makes twice what I make. I personally attract people who make like a whole spectrum. That being said, if you...
First things first, initial thoughts of where she's going.
Wait. When she said make half of what she makes, she meant like double.
No, double
makes?
what she makes. She says
she's
make
saying,
double what she makes.
Okay, so she's double her what she. Okay, all right. I mean, well, first and foremost, she sounds. You know what? I'm not gonna go too in on her because you're entitled to whatever. That's your fucking choice. But I guarantee you, there's gonna be a whole bunch of dudes like later on in life that's gonna be well off and just laughing at her ass. So
absolutely.
So that train's coming. So I'll spare her because I know how that's gonna end.
Yeah. So, so what I will say is that, at first, when I first got a glimpse of this, because, a lot of the shit, she said was, found me getting triggered. Honestly, I thought she had a point, not about the more than the double portion, but more so about, and I've watched different podcasts, I've sort of seen, that, I mean, at the end of the day, women are always going to be striving for the best no matter what. Right. So, I mean, we can sit here and say, average guys should do best. I mean, should do well and all this other stuff. But let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Women want men
Hold
who are striving.
on. Let me get this straight because
No, go ahead.
You sound kind of crazy right now. So you're saying that
if you're gonna let me finish, but go ahead.
I know. I gotta clarify because
exactly
it's okay for her to say you got to make double what I make. But if a man were to say that, all hell breaks loose, right?
why would a man say that?
I'm just saying, why not, right? We live in a time where like equality and all these liberal females are liberated, and they want everything their fair share or whatever.
I
So
mean,
if a guy said make double
well,
what I make, or at the very least make what I make, and say he makes crazy bread, I mean, look, I'm with it. I'm just playing devil's advocate right now.
you could do whatever you want. I didn't say that. As I'll remind you, I didn't say I agree with the double what she makes portion. What I did say is that I do believe a man should strive to be the best and not to be average, because at the end of the day, there are a ton of women, right, that are always seeking the best, the top 10% in men, right? Which means
Okay.
that you're earning a significant amount of money, or $100,000 a year. And that you're part of that population of people, not even just men, right? Because the top 10% of people, whether they be gay, straight, women, men in this country, earn six figures. So what I'm saying to our viewers, right, to our men, right, is that average guys at the end of the day do make up the most of the spectrum, but you do have to realize is that women are seeking, right, and they're hunting, right. There's really really a hunting per se going down for that 10%. So you should always be striving to be better than oneself, right? And which is and try to hit that tier. You may not get there, but there's always that strive that you got to have. Because this woman, she may be, women just may not say it like she's saying it, but then there's a lot of women that mask it up and dress it up and put it all nice and fancy and nice and say it all nice and cute, but this is what they want to say at the end of the day. A lot of women in the United States. That's where my point is going.
Yeah, but all right,
And
I
and
was
and
gonna
I
try
get
to
I get your point. No,
I was
I
gonna
get
try to
your
be
point
nice
as
this
far as
episode, but my question is, who the fuck cares about what the hell like this woman thinks?
it's not about what she thinks, right? It's more so about if this is the tier that Western women are going to,
Well, it
right?
doesn't make
Because
it,
it's not about whether it makes it's reality, dude. Like
but
it's not about whether it makes it okay, because that
that's
is our
not the
reality,
point.
dude.
No, 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 no. Her false reality isn't our reality.
What is the reality that you're speaking about then?
The
What, that men
reality, no,
shouldn't be hitting that tier?
no, I never said that. Obviously,
No, I'm asking.
no,
I'm asking. That's
obviously,
that's why I'm
I
asking the
tell
question.
men to shoot for the stars all the time. That's number
Great.
one. Number two, what I'm saying is you're trying to say what she's saying is reality. That's not reality.
No,
At the
no,
end of the day,
no.
you said it yourself.
I
Ten
didn't say
percent
what she
of the
said is
population,
reality.
10% of the population makes six figures or more. Okay, so if
Correct.
the majority of women want that, then it doesn't matter. It's null and void because they're not going to get it.
For her, yeah, absolutely. But does that mean that men should not be striving to hit
I've
that
never
tier?
said that. I've never said that.
I didn't say you said it. This
I
happens
never
every
said
time
that.
we have a conversation. I never
I
said
never,
you said it. I'm
I never said
asking a
that.
question. I'm asking a question because I'm a little cranky right now.
Yeah, no,
So
no,
this is
no.
gonna be quick. This is gonna be quick. But and I want to get back to the video. But that's why I'm asking the question. I didn't say you said it. I didn't say Aaron said this. I said I'm asking the question. That's what conversations happen.
Yeah,
I'm just want to make sure I'm clear. I want to make sure our viewers are clear.
okay.
Right.
So
That's all.
re-ask the question, please.
I mean, shit. Now, so should men, right? If women like this are not going to get that to that tier, right? Because of the numbers say, as you mentioned, that it's just, and I mean, they just dictate that 90% of women most likely will not be able to hit, to be able to date.
The
Sorry, yeah,
10% of
that
men.
10%,
Mhm.
right? So men should not, as a result, have to worry about striving to hit the 10%. And you said you don't tell your viewers that. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, no. So yes, exactly. They should. Well,
Okay,
that's the thing. They shouldn't be striving for that because of a woman. If
good.
they
Okay,
should be striving for it on their own, and if they're not, and if they do it because of a woman, then they have problems already. They already
gotcha.
have underlying issues going on that they're going to have to address because it's going to come out.
Perfect. Okay, that's absolutely fair. Let me close this down. Let's get back. What else does this host say?
Are broke, and I choose to deal with you. I will belittle you,
Oh my god!
and I reserve the right to
Oh,
do that.
Woo!
And also, if you want to cheat at your own risk. I'm apt to ghost you. And it is what it is because men who make more money than me, they treat me with that same power dynamic, right? Like, I know that.
So that's fair? You think
So you's a hoe is what you're
that's okay?
saying.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
But it's a way of life.
Hell yeah.
Woo.
Yo, I can't
Woo.
believe she said that.
Woo.
I did not see that coming, yo. Wow.
Oh, you didn't see it? I mean, I would
Nah,
have thought
that
from
shit that
her
shit caught me off
initial
guard.
comments
Because
that it
first of
might have
all,
been
like,
into,
not for nothing, she's not even
getting
all
there.
that. She's not even that bad.
Um,
You know what I'm saying?
but yeah,
So
please opine, because as I'm skipping forward, just so that way
yeah, so anyway, yeah, she's not even
get
all
to
that to
more
be
of
talking
her
like that.
amazingness.
Yeah, nah.
Okay. Yeah, so this is where it went left for me. You know what I mean? It's just at that point, I mean, the whole make double what I make, right? Because if she's making 50,000, that means she's expecting what her man to bring in 100,000, right?
Right.
Um, and this is sort of where me and you, I believe, start to align, because it's the fallacy that a lot of these women have, is that they offer enough to the table, or even know what they offer to the table, to be able to say that they deserve a man that makes six figures and above, right?
Right.
And I think the big problem is that when you ask women as this, that question, as far as what does the table look like for you, I bring the table. But then I have all the balls to be able to say that a man that's average, right, that makes 42,000 a year, has a solid career, right? He maybe is a plumber, and plumbers make great money. So I don't even want to use plumbers. Let's say he's a teacher, because teachers make their salaries aren't that
They
high.
start out
Let's
low,
say
yeah.
he's a teacher and a. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, my bad, bro. I muted the thing. Um, Yeah, so say if he's a teacher, makes 40,000 a year, he's teaching in an inner city community, you know what I'm saying? And he's enriching the minds of young African American males.
Mm-hmm.
And he's putting them in a place where they're staying off the streets, doing just a bunch of things that are awesome for the community. And he's been a teacher for the last 5 years, right? And he has a solid career. He's got his 401k starting. He has a good amount invested because he does things on the side. You're
Right.
telling me that man that is makes you, just because you make 50,000 a year and he makes 40,000, you you just now you are able to just disrespect him
Yeah.
and belittle him just
No,
because of that.
no. But I think though, we're missing something. Because I have
Mm-hmm.
no issues with people having quote unquote preferences. Like I'm
Yes.
cool with that. You want to say you want to date tall men, you want to date quote unquote black men, you want to, you have your preference, and especially when it comes to finances and stuff like that, you have a desired preference. I get that. I'm cool with that. But if I ask you like what's the meaning behind it, like she said double.
Mm.
Now why double? Oh, because I want to be a stay-at-home wife, and I have some craft ideas that I want to work on the side, so I want him to be able to support me, the kids, and my possible business.
Mm.
Or just, I don't know, it sounds good. Well, if it's different. If she comes correct with it, like, I know what it takes. I want to have like 5 kids. I grew up in a big family. I want to be the mother of 5 kids and all that stuff. Hey, all right. Hey, I could get on board with that. Shit,
Okay.
you don't sound like a pompous bitch. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Mm-hmm.
if I ask you that again, and you don't, it's just like, oh well, you should make more than me because you're the man or whatever. Anything like that, just like vain fucking, you
Mm-hmm.
know, you're like, please, like,
Non-substance.
yeah, come on. So, but that obviously she didn't expound upon that, so I don't know per se, but I have a great feeling that
Mm-hmm.
she is just saying it because it sounds good.
Yeah, no, there's somebody propped her up, all her life and I mean, I'm sorry, I love all my women out here, but a lot of these, the light skinned did, they have this air about them, right? And I mean, there's this, these stereotypes are out there for a reason, and as we were seeing, what I mean, there's just this sense of entitlement, and I don't even want to throw it on light skinned did women, I just want to throw it on a lot of women. Modern women in this day and age have this sense of entitlement to say that, that I deserve X, Y, and Z. But as my co-host says, there's no substance behind why you want X, Y, and Z, right? This is why you shouldn't go to women for dating advice. This is why you shouldn't leave it up to a woman to sort of dictate what she likes and doesn't like, because if you do, you will get this, right? Some vague, substantive comment that just, or comments that don't really get you anywhere, right? As far as getting an answer as far as what she likes and what she doesn't like. So, without further ado, let's see the train roll further off the tracks.
Accepted those things, but all I ended up with was a fucking goddamn rebuild.
Women like financial stability.
Yes.
Men don't care about that because a lot of times men are always the breadwinner.
You date down.
80% of the time, men are the breadwinners, or they're at equal level at the same time. Men don't care about that. If a man meets a woman and she's struggling or she's going through something, if she has a good heart and we see the potential in her and she can,
If she has a good heart, or if she
Damn,
has
just
a
cutting
fat
a nigga
ass.
off.
no. If
If
a
she has a
woman,
fat ass or some fat titties, or if she gives the pussy up quick, you guys love her.
Bitch, if you don't
Make her
shut the
know.
hell up,
Buy
what
her
are you
some
talking
Louis.
about? What?
Oh,
Yo, first of all, who even speaks like that? Fat titties? Bitch, shut the fuck up.
yeah, it's great.
Fat titties. Big titties. Big ass titties.
Yo,
Bitch said
what's
fat
wrong with
titties.
you?
And she
What is
fucking grabbed
wrong
that
with you?
shit. She's like, she got no shame. Look at the way she dressed. Like, what type of men are you attracting, man? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh my
Using and
God.
abusing. But yeah, no, this is like exactly what I
Like,
mean,
the
right?
nigga, her shirt is open. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Really, what
Women
you want?
women want this, I should say. I don't want to, because I love our viewers, our 10% of women viewers that may chime in or whatever. I won't say all. I won't say I won't say 95%, but I will say most of you modern women, right, want traditional men.
Modern liberal
Okay.
woman.
Sure. Yes. Okay. Modern liberal women want traditional men, but aren't willing to be traditional women.
Oh,
Right.
hell.
So look at this woman right here. Right. Everything she's talking about makes double what she makes. Right. Because I mean, if you really think about it, in today's day and age, or even 15, 20 years ago, a man, it wasn't far fetched for a man to be making 100,000 and the teacher to be in a nursing role or a teacher role. Where the before teacher, I mean, sorry, nursing sort of expounded, and the salary went up due to demand. That was around that 60,000, 70,000, around that 50,000 area. So it wasn't too far fetched for a household to be about 150,000 to 175,000. So technically, what she's saying is not far off the stretch. The problem is what are you willing to give up
She
at
just
that
told you.
50,000? No, I'm
Ass
saying.
and titties.
No, but I'm saying, but that's the problem, right? It's like, what are you looking to, like? Are you willing to give up that Instagram? Are you willing to give up, dressing like this with your
No.
bra out, with your
Hell no.
your quote unquote your titties out?
She said
Are
fat.
you willing? Are you
Fat
willing
titties.
to stop talking like this, right? What are these things that these things that you're doing are not going to attract the man that you're looking to seek. Which is, if I was to guess, she's probably single, dating a rapper, which means she's basically single. Um, or if I had the little sounds, she belonged to the streets. You know what I mean? Or she's still on the streets hunting a high
Yeah.
valued man somewhere, somehow, in some way.
Nah. She got a nice little stable of simps that keep her occupied. I'm sure.
Yeah,
The way
absolutely.
she's talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as that train runs out, and that 30 wall starts to hit, you know what I'm saying? I wonder how that tune, because I'm curious how old she is as well. But I wonder, when that this air about her, because it always happens, right? And the Kevin Samuels starts to get called. You know what I'm saying? Like when that wall starts to hit for some of these women. And I'm curious when the wall is going to hit for her.
Well, this bitch come across as a straight hoe. You know what I'm saying?
damn.
Like, just off the minute or two of airplay that she has had during this podcast, she's a hoe. Especially from that first little, monologue she had. She was just saying, if you make less than me, then I'll shit on you and I'll ghost you. And if you make more than me, then it's okay if you do that to me. Bitch, you ain't got no self-esteem. You took all this money. I guarantee you, if I ever met that bitch and ran up on her, son, I could have pulled her with no job. Just straight no job. Just told her what time it was. And that's it.
Yeah. What's crazy to me, right? What's crazy to me is that the point that obviously I want to ask, where, what's her relationship like with her father? is where she's like, men that make the point that she makes as far as men that make more, do it to me, right? Men that make more than me do it to me, and I'm just like, okay, so what you think that is? You think somehow because, and I think that goes back to this whole that point that you brought up as far as oh, we live in this, we're supposedly live in this equality, this equality based world, right? Where just because anything you could do, I could do better, right? Which again, it doesn't lead to conducive relationships, and this woman is an amazing microcosm as to what that is, right? Like what? How does that lead to a productive? Just because men that you date, right? So you're gonna treat a good, hard earning, and most likely the man that you're talking about is probably going to be the one that's the most loyal to you,
Oh
right?
yeah.
He's going to be the one that's most faithful to you, the most sincere, the most caring, the most devoted. And yet that man deserves to get shitted on by you simply because he makes less than you.
Yes.
Come on now,
Yeah.
let's. Where are the values? I just think, and this is why our viewers, before I go ahead and start this and let my co-host or have any opine further, this is why I want to stress to our guys, and I think my co-host does as well on his channel. Strive to be the best, right? Because don't this is the way that you get away from dealing with the bullshit that anybody, not just women, but that people present in your life, right? You don't have to deal with people coming at you about your resources and your productivity when you're out there hustling and taking care of your business, right? And making sure that you're fit, whether it's mentally, emotionally, or physically or financially.
Yeah.
Right. So always strive for getting those things sound, right? Because then when you do, and you get a wench like this, right? I don't want to get I don't want YouTube calling, but when you get a wench like this that starts talking like this, you get to look her in the eye and say, if you don't get
Yeah.
the fuck out of here,
Yeah.
and
Right.
just slap some ones at her face. If you don't get the hell out my
Yeah.
goddamn face, you stupid heathen, Jezebel, you
You
godless
heathen.
wench, you godless wench.
Go back. Go back from where you came.
Yes, go back from whence you came, you filthy scoundrel.
How
Oh,
dare you speak to me? Nah, seriously
such
though. But obviously, brothers, the most of y'all know already. You see a chick like this talking like that, red flags.
run,
Red flags. Yeah, run for the motherfucking hills, okay? Because
run.
obviously you should be focusing on yourself. You should be moving with a purpose. And I know this. That turns women on. When you're not focusing on them because you're focusing on what you got to be focused on, they want to be like, oh shit, he ain't noticed me? He ain't noticed that I'm wearing this? No, I ain't noticed you, bitch, because I got more important things. You know what I'm saying? So when the right one comes along, you'll know she's right because she won't try to get in the way of what you're doing or what you are already doing. When one comes along and tries to get in the way and disrupt that to see if she can have you replace your number one with her, then obviously that's not the one for you because you're going to be derailed from what you're doing.
Boom. No, that's perfectly said, and I even want to lean back, and this is why, guys, I'm telling you, watch our content from before, because even in our content, even we as co-hosts can get a lot from what each other says. And my co-host, when we had a combo about income and dating, right? You know, he kept it very real, and even to the point where I was even looking at reflecting on some of the things he was saying, as far as making sure that you got your P's about you. That's what they say in British, about money. They call them the P's. Like you got to make sure you got your P's right, and that essentially is what allows for you to have the right logistics to date. And I will tell you this right now, like when I was on the bench not working, right? A little insight to y'all. When I wasn't working because the COVID hit me hard, and yet I was still out there dating. It was incredibly in the back of my head, it's just something didn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? I did not feel fulfilled. And it's because yes, I was able to pay for dates and things of that nature, but it's like, nah, at the end of the day, like it's like I'm going out on dates, but my P's aren't right, you know?
Mhm.
And so as I've now I'm starting, I started this role that I'm working on. It's now that the confidence, the vigor, the tenacity, this it starts to present itself, right? And when you're going on dates and seeing women, it's I could tell you right now, it's like 180, dude, as far as how girls interact. They see me, when I'm out, and I'm handling myself. There's an airiness about it, man. That women, they notice, right? It without even it's I think it goes back to the pheromones and the attractiveness and things of that nature. All these
Yep.
things come and combine into that. So like I said, please listen to our go back and listen to her, because again, I learn just like y'all will learn, right? And I'm sure there's things that my co-host picks up that I say as well.
All the time.
But I can give you that's a specific instance that actually is relative to this combo, where I can say definitely for sure, we're right on par, and this is stuff that we all can get, not just you guys. All right.
Most definitely.
So let's go
Pussy
ahead.
is pussy. What Drake say?
Y'all
Pussy
love broke
What Drake
hoes.
said?
Period. Y'all love broke hoes. You
Pussy's
love
only
them.
pussy,
Yeah.
and
With
I
every
get it when I
ounce
need
in
it.
your
Yeah.
fiber,
It don't matter if
love
you make
broke hoes.
no. It don't matter if you make 500,000.
If I was a broke hoe and I had just pussy everywhere, niggas would love me.
If you make 500,000 or if you make
She's a city girl.
$5,
She's a
it
city
don't
girl.
matter. If a nigga care for you, he gonna care for you. It is what it is. He don't care about all that extra shit.
And that's what's sad. There's less incentive for us to have our shit together.
Women care about this shit. Why? Because a lot of times a woman don't know what she want to do. She needs some type of direction in her life. She needs her bills paid. She needs
That's not
make
why.
sure she has a roof over her
No,
head.
that's not why.
She looks for all
We
that
don't want to
extra shit.
accumulate your debt. We don't want to.
I didn't say accumulate
Whoa.
that.
On your
I didn't say
problems.
accumulate that. I never said it, bring on my
We
problems.
don't need
Look
you
at
guys to tell us what to do. We don't.
Yes, you do.
No, we don't.
Yeah, you
Because
do.
a lot of times a man
do.
that has
You
money,
do.
he's going to tell you what to do.
You
and
do.
you're going to listen.
For
Because
sure.
why? Because you're not making as much
Never.
money as him.
No, never. No, never.
So, okay, so if that's the case, why do you let a man cheat when he makes more money than you? You told me that earlier, that when a man makes $1 million, he can cheat.
I
Nani?
would side chick myself to a rich nigga.
Why?
Same thing.
Well, because I don't love a nigga I'm gonna side chick myself to, so there has to be
So
some
you a
incentive,
hoe.
right? If I don't love you and you're
You're not wife material. You're not material, fellas. Thank you. You know what? This bitch. Look, brothers. There's two. I've said this in the last podcast, like months ago. There's two types. Let me get my fingers straight. There's two types of women out there. Actually, I'm not even women out there. The first one is with type women. The second one is bitches like that. Okay, Jezebels, concubines, hoes, whatever you want to call them, man. You know what I'm saying? But they're each essential for their role. Where people fuck up is when you put one in the wrong role. Now, mainly that's gonna happen when you put one like her in that wife role. How do you do that? You shoot the club up, nigga, and now she's pregnant. Now you fucked. You know what I'm saying? Cause she light skinned and she got a nice ass and she let me beat. And then you know what I'm saying? I wanted to bust in her, dumbass nigga, and now you done. You know what I'm saying? Now you fuck, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You are fucked. So look, obviously there's a whole bunch of dudes that have already, pigeonholed themselves in situations like that. Videos like this, podcasts like this is to make sure that people don't continue to do stuff like that, because that's literally how it happens. Oh, she's real pretty, she's on YouTube or whatever the hell this is, whatever, and damn, she's fine. We probably make some cute babies. You know how niggas be, we make some cute babies, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. My seed, that's my queen. That's my queen. Nah, that's everybody queen, man. You know what I'm saying? That's my queen,
I'm telling. I'm switching. No, man, it's just it's this. The avalanche is. I thought it was done, but it looks like the avalanche came from Mount Everest, so it's never ending. So this is the type of shit that gets me, that grinds my gears. That people like to say, right? It's like, and this is again, I lend this back to men striving to do your best. Women, I urge you to take a look at this woman and reflect on oneself. You know what I'm saying? When you're asking for the standards that you're looking for, where are those standards being rooted from? Because I'll tell you this right now, your parents, where their relationships might not be where they may, let's be honest, right? Your dad's not making six figures. And a lot of you can say, because a lot of you try to act as though there aren't a lot of 30-year, 40-year, 50-year, 20-year, 15-year relationships that still go on to this day, right? The difference is that a lot of those relationships aren't stemmed in American values. That's what gets you fucked up, right? Because a lot of the problems, and I think my co-host talks about this as far as knowing your identity, knowing your culture, knowing where your background is from. Because I'll tell you this right now, that will stem and help gradually and emphatically, where your relationship does go. And I think that a lot of you women, believe, not all, but most of you women believe in this fairy tale of unconditional love, right? But let's be real, man. There's no such thing, because to this woman, especially, there is tons of conditions that go along, and there are a lot of conditions that women have when it comes to dating. And yet you guys, and while I think, as my co-host also mentioned, there's nothing wrong with having preferences, right? This woman's preferences, hey, look, at the end of the day, you like what you like what you don't like. But when you're 35 years old, you have 2 cats, you're unhappy, you see a psychiatrist 2 to 3 times a week.
You got a glass of wine every night.
You got a glass of wine every night, right? You go to work, you're making the best money that you've ever made in your entire life, right? Making 100 P's, you know what I'm saying? You got everything for you. You got your own real estate portfolio. You know what I'm saying? The list goes on and on. You
Drive
go
an
to
Audi.
you buy all the best presents when Christmas and Easter come along for your nieces and nephews, right? But then you're looking around and you're saying, man, it would be nice to share this with somebody. This is exactly why a lot of you, not all, but most of you that have unrealistic expectations when it comes to dating and your standards will lend to be dying alone. And if you can honestly say to yourself that, oh yeah, well, I'd rather just be single. Well, I'd rather just be alone. I'd rather just walk this lonely road like I'm in a Green Day fucking, tribute band. Like, enough. We weren't designed to walk this earth alone. So no matter how much you go to lend to believe,
Especially not
there's
women.
no reason. No, most certainly women are social creatures.
Yeah.
There's no way that you get off on coming to your lonely dark loft every single night without having someone to lean with. And I'm not talking about bringing over some young stud to clap your cheeks in every once in a while. That's not going to do it for you guys, because as we know, sex is different for y'all, right? There's no way that you guys, and if you are able to detach yourself from emotionally from sex, you're a rare breed. But most women, once that P hits that V, there's has to be some type of emotional connection there. So this whole notion that you could just walk this earth, on your ones and twos by your own, yeah, realistically you can, but the statistics show that women that do so lend to lead unhappy lives, which is why American women in this country are one of the more unhappy demographics in the whole entire world, even though they make more than those in other first world countries. It's come on now.
I mean, the numbers don't lie. The
No.
numbers damn sure definitely don't lie. But the problem is, one of the problems, because obviously this is like a very nuanced issue. But one of the problems is that these women have way too many options. Well, so do they think. Because they do, because obviously, for instance, right now, this day and age, say you talking to a chick, right? You just meet a chick, you talking to her, yada, yada, yada. She go to work, there's a dude, you know what I'm saying, that's attracted to her, if not more than one. She goes to work, there's a dude that she's attracted to, possibly, right? If not more than one. I mean, we are all human. She has an IG.
Right.
She has a Facebook. She probably got, bless you. She probably got a Snapchat.
Thank you.
Probably got all these are just think about having a house. Right? Bless you. Now my house has a front door and a back door. That's 2 doors, right? Now imagine this is a house. So you got Facebook is a door, Instagram is a door, Snapchat's a door, TikTok's a door, her job is a door. all her whole ass friends are doors. I mean, that's serious. So these women, they have more options now than ever before. And the problem is they have too many options and they don't know what to do with it. They think that they get to just, play the waiting game because there's so many options, not realizing that drops their value, because just like they have options, men have options too. And if I have an option between an older woman, because think about it, this woman herself just said, oh, I don't mind being a side bitch. All I just like, cavalierly speaking, about fucking throwing her vagina around, right? So if I'm
to the best suitor,
yeah. So say you're in your your 30s, 35, you're a dude, and then you have choices. Now, do I want a chick with mad miles? No, I'll take the younger chick. Why? Because she probably has less miles. If not for anything else, she probably has less miles. Okay, because one, if you're the older you are as a woman and the more single you are as a woman, the more crazy you actually are as a woman. And number two, you can't tell me that you don't got no side dick. You know what I'm saying? When ain't a woman gonna tell me, oh, I haven't had dick in 3 years. Like, nah. You've been fucking somebody, you know what I'm saying? But you just, you don't want to quote unquote settle for this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't count it.
That's probably the last bus ride you could catch too, but you don't even fucking realize it because you're still playing that waiting game because you got so many options.
Woo! My co-host is spitting that straight fire. So for those that are once again will probably lean to call my co-host, a misogynist, and all these other things, right?
I don't know why they doing
and also to this woman, right? She says, "Oh, you guys want the broke hoes? You want the broke hoes? Yeah. We want the broke hoes. But guess what? Let's keep it real. No, let's keep it a stack, right? It's not even about them being hoes. Like men, right? And I think the guy next to her, broke it down real simply for her, but because she doesn't want to listen, right? She's already listening without actually hearing what he's saying. Men don't care about your income. It's just a matter of a fact. Like women aren't built to be providers. Men are. So because of that, we could care less how much money. Now, when he says a woman can make 500,000, 600, I'm like, all right, now let's be careful. Let's be careful. That's the part where I have to disagree with my man, because when we start saying, all that, at the end of the day, if the guy that she's dating is making, $1 million, $1.5 million, $2 million, okay, then the dynamics will be okay. But when we're talking about women that make a certain tier of money, the power dynamics, and there's no way she's dating a guy that's making $50,000, she's making $500,000. There's just absolutely no way.
You know what? But
if she is,
let's entertain that though for a second. Let's entertain that, because I think hypothetical. Because I think we can illustrate a great point with that. So obviously, if a woman's making, you said $500,000, or you said 500 million?
Yeah, 500,000.
So she's making $500,000, and the guy's making, let's just say, 60,000.
Yep.
Okay. So like you said, like they are literally worlds apart.
Yep.
Worlds apart.
Absolutely.
So the likelihood that they will ever, be able to like link up and stuff like that is very slim, but it's possible. So because it's possible, let's entertain that. So now, all I have to say about that situation, if you're a man and you find yourself in that situation, the most important thing is, and I said this on the podcast before that you referenced before, Mike, you you must not ever, and not under any circumstances, ever allow a woman to maintain you. Now, she can make more money than you. And I like this example because she's making a hell of a lot more money than you. But you can never let her maintain you, because when she does, it's gonna grow disdain and impudence towards you. Okay? She's gonna look at you with like a side eye. The Bible says, this is straight out the Bible. Okay? So this ain't even just coming from here. This is from the scriptures. You must not let a woman maintain you. So you can have $50,000, $60,000 job, as long as you got your own place. And again, you moving with a purpose, trying to achieve whatever your goals are. That could work. Because at the end of the day, you're a man. At the end of the day, you are a man.
Right.
You are a man. But if you don't, and say you meet up with this chick and then you move in with her, and you still have that job making 60,000, but nigga, you living off her now. So now
you're on borrowed time, man.
Exactly. So that's a no.
Yep.
No.
That's where I was going with it, right? It's just that women aren't capable of doing it. And if they are, women will say, oh, I held down a dude and it got me nowhere. Yeah, you held him down, but where is he at now?
Yeah.
right? Ask them whether or not they're still with that dude, and most times than not, they will tell you we broke up. And guess who broke it up? 80% of divorces are
Oh,
initiated by women.
yep.
People like
Yep.
men, we do not, as much as people women try to make it seem like we just drop off girls for the next one.
Yep.
Like we don't. Well, men will work. Obviously depending on circumstances. Unless she's out here shooting for the team and getting ran through. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because again, we value, and this is I think I can bring us all full circle. Men and women are just inherently different, which means
Yeah.
that we're not equal. So
Yeah.
we value things that are completely different than what excuse me, that what men, a woman value. So, for instance, women's value comes in their sexual access, guys. Right. So as you get older, as my co-host mentioned, guess what happens as you've gotten older? Most times they're not. You've had more sexual partners, which means more sexual access has been permitted to your body,
Yep.
right? That doesn't mean I'm not saying that your walls are wide physically. I'm not saying because for all
I am.
the
What the
stands
fuck?
for all
I'm
the
saying
stands that
that.
come in here talking about that the women that come on saying, oh well, that's not the way it works in
Look,
that.
no, 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 no. I don't give a fuck. Look,
That
if you
that's
spread your
great.
legs that many times, look, you know what?
Either
Don't
way,
come at me because I'll call it like I see it. All right.
but either way, right? If you're 30, right, I'd rather, right, and this is just biologically speaking, I'd rather deal with the 22-year-old that doesn't give me lip, is compliant, is submissive, and that doesn't talk back, right, and that understands my role as a man, understands her role as a woman. I'd rather deal with the 22-year-old fertile woman than a 33-year-old, right, that doesn't understand her role and the dynamics of the relationship that we have, and again, it's 33, right? Because that there's just time's ticking, dude. So it's just but women, when you say these things, oh, you're a misogynist, you're an asshole, you're a woman hater, no, it's just at the end of the day, it's you're gonna get the best crime of the crop.
Yeah.
And just like women do it on the other side, right? When women say, "Oh, I want the man that's," when they're 18, when women are 18, they're dating 40-year-olds, they're dating 35-year-olds, right? But then when it flips on its head, right, and guys say, "Oh, well, hey, I mean, if I'm gonna measure up the two, I'd rather go younger." Oh, whoa, now whoa, what about me? Pick me. Now
What
the
about
pick me
me?
start coming out and out the wazoo. And that's where I love to talk about accountability when it comes to men and women.
Well,
Is
first of
that
all, they're allergic to
it's
that
just
shit, so you can't
and
even
no, and
talk
that's what I'm
about
saying. But that's what
ability.
I'm saying, and that's the issue, right? It's like they want to live in this anything you could do, I could do better, right? But at the end of the day, when it comes down, really boils down to it, they don't want shit to be the same. They don't want shit to be equal. They
No,
want it to
they
be
want to be
equal when it
better.
benefits
They want to be
them,
better than you.
right? They want to be equal when it benefits them, and they want to be better, as my co-host says, where it's important to be better, right? Where society says you need to be better. But guess what? Those things don't lend you to. They don't lend you to getting into a nice relationship. They don't lend you into being in a healthy family. They don't lend you to leading a fulfilled life. What they do lend you to is being 45 years old with that bottle of wine or scotch or whatever your preference is, three cats, maybe two dogs if you hate cats, and at the end of the day, you're the best auntie at every single barbecue because you get all the presents because you got all the money because you ain't spending it on no kids of your own. So
Yeah.
hey, society lies to you. There's no problem with being that 45-year-old auntie,
Yeah.
but the thing is because a lot of you women, not all, but a lot of you women lack accountability, right? You're gonna walk through life and be like, well, it's not my fault.
Yeah.
Men are just trash.
That's what I like about you know, the free market capitalist society that we live in. The market
Mhm.
dictates shit. It's not men coming out and saying, "Oh, actually, it is." But that's the market, though. The sexual market, the relationship market. The market dictates what's allowed and how you're viewed and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
So I'm
based on
not just saying
reality.
it from anecdote. I'm saying that's just the truth.
It's
If you
reality. Then there's reality.
it's not
But
complicated.
that's the thing, right? And what I've learned over my years on this earth, right, even though it may be short, is that women just don't live in the same type of reality that men do. At least for the most part. I mean, women just don't, right? Like you guys live in an emotionally based reality, right? Men live in a logical, reality based
Rational.
world, and it's because we have to. right? Like we would love, I would love to hate on get some kudos for hating on a girl for getting into the club for free when I have to stand out in the cold and all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, where do I know, right? As a man, I know what is that hate going to get me. So I pay my money, get in the club, and I handle my business regardless. That's how men walk through the world, right? Surely do you have the B-ass Negroes that walk around and are, complaining about every little thing, right? Most likely not, they're filled with feminine energy anyway. So I really can't call them men more so than anything anyway. But at the same token, for the majority of men, we just don't live in this world where it's like, everything is ran on, our emotions and what we like and don't like. We just deal with it.
But that's because we know that no one gives a fuck. That's
absolutely
why. No one gives a fuck about how the hell I feel.
When women are like, they run this narrative of, oh, men have it. I mean, we have it so much worse than men. So they should be able to just the least of their problems should be, if we're able to get into the club for free and y'all not, who cares? It's like, that's not the point. Right. The point is not that, you can get in and we are hating because you guys get into. No, we get it. It comes with the territory. That is the point, is that we understand that it comes with. You guys, on the other hand, don't deal in a logic-based world. Because if you did, you would look at that. You would go look at that, your sister that's standing in the cold line, and you would say, that's not fair. I should be able to wait in the line just like everybody else. But no, you go in for free, not with no care in the world. Some of y'all will even do the bye hoes, bye haters. Yeah, bye. I'll see y'all when I get in because I'm about to come out. Huh? Hey, y'all do all that. Shaming all the girls are sitting in that line. But at the end of the day, it's all women are together in this, right? Come on now.
Yeah, right.
It's I rest my case, man. I rest my case on that note. So yeah, let's see what this Jezebel has.
Is mediocre. Why else would I be here?
So you're only here for the money. So you're a gold digger.
If I'm a side bitch, yes.
So you're a gold digger. So you're a gold digger.
If you have a side bitch, I want you to be as cautious of her as you are of me saying this. Like, I hope you don't ever think that you have a side bitch who's just enamored with you. You don't. You don't.
So
she's there for an alternative resource.
So you would be a gold digger, is what you're saying.
I've never been a side bitch, so I can't say that I would.
Then what the fuck are we
What
the fuck are we talking about, man?
Look, well, first of all, I knew she was
never been a side bitch
because of the way she was talking. She's the bitch said fat tits. Don't nobody say that. That's how you know she ain't fucking with no real niggas. You know what I'm saying? Cause ain't no fat tits, but bitch, hell no, we don't even talk like that.
Just
and second, then why you out here spreading all this, this terrible information for other women to go and follow?
Yo, this shit's nuts, yo. Just be talking. This is insane, dude. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. I think finances do matter. Me personally, my finances matter whenever I'm on a date. I think I have to be in a certain situation, a certain financial situation.
Yeah, the thing is, a lot of these other conversations lent, YouTube and Google lent to what we were talking about as far as, you should have your P's up when you want to date.
But you need to have some kind of money coming in.
If you make millions, right, and I'm making 100,000,
okay,
you're going to treat me like an option, right? Like, I have so much to prove to even get a ring, to even get a chance.
Yes.
Sometimes.
A lot. Unless my ass is fat and my titties are big, which they're not. I'm sweet and I'm nice and I'm petite. So I have a lot to prove. I have a lot to prove. That being said, I will treat a man who's broker than me the same way a man who's rich would treat me.
All right, see this is the problem. This is the problem. So you know what's insane? I actually, that first part, she's absolutely right.
Yeah,
she's absolutely right. When men that are in high valued men that are at a certain status are going to treat her as an option. She has the onus to prove. Yeah, right. Yeah. She has the it's on her to dictate to him what her value is. Not to dictate, sorry, to present her value, right? Because at the end of the day, there are going to be women that are, if not better suitors, sitting around this. As I mentioned at the top of this podcast, 10% of 90% of women want the 10% of men. Right. So if that's the case, then there's going to be a ton of clawing that's going on for those individuals. Right. So at the end of the day, she's absolutely right. It's on her to prove. The problem is when you now flip it and say that, I have the options now because I make more than you and I can now do what you that men do. No. It doesn't work that way, especially when you get older. Stop this lie. Stop this lie that that society throws on you, that independence is the key and that making your peas is the way to be. Cut the shit, man, because as you guys get older, I'm sorry, newsflash, uncomfortable truth for you. I wish I had a buzzer or something. Is as women get older, your value decreases. Your inherent value, right? What as my co-host talks about the sexual marketplace, the marketplace. We don't even talk sexual marketplace gets added into that. Your marketplace value decreases as you get older. So yes, your options and who you're able to actually date decreases as well because as most women, even she mentions, women are not good with dating down. Men are. So guess what happens for men's options as we get older? As we make more money, as we hit more of our earning potential, it increases, right? So we need to women like this got girls, for the girls that do listen, don't pull this, don't beacon yourself to this narrative that hey no I'm gonna just wait it out. No I'm I want a guy that respects me and I don't care if all this. That's great and fine and all, but I will be the more money you make, the more time you put on this whole journey to find love, the less your value and your options are going to present themselves. It's just a fact of the matter.
Yeah, and again, the first part of what she was saying, I agree. But I, before we go and flip it, the thing is, she said, "Oh, he would expect, the onus is on me." Is pretty much what she was saying. I'm paraphrasing, but she was saying the onus would be on her if he made that much more money. But then before we flip it, I want to say to her, and she hasn't addressed this, and this is her flaw, and this is why I see right through her, is because, well, what do you have to offer? Because you're right, the onus would be on you. But now, what separates you? Your ass and your titties? That's a prerequisite.
No, she was even saying that she doesn't have them, and she was even saying she even admitted that she doesn't even have them.
Yeah, but that's my point. That's a prerequisite to apply. So if they don't have that, then obviously they can't apply because they're not women. So what do you have to offer? She hasn't once said it. She hasn't said it not once because she doesn't have anything to offer. And that's why I said before I don't have an issue. I don't have any issue with anyone having a preference. I respect people's fucking preferences and what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, if someone's fucking racist, and they don't want any quote unquote black people around, by all means, motherfucker, that's great, dude. I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for letting me know. There's no reason to go any further. If you're trying to get a girl's number, she's like, oh, I don't date black guys, whatever. Hey, hey. Thank you for letting me know. Peace out. The same thing goes with her. Oh, the onus is going to be on me, but yet I have nothing to offer. But I'm saying that I want a guy that's going to make at least double my money. Just like crickets. Like, come on. Like, that's not that difficult, right? That's pretty simple. If you're gonna say I want the guy to make double what I make, but then you have nothing to offer, so why would he even entertain the conversation with you? This is what y'all women gotta understand. It's fine to want. It's fine to want all that, but like, it's like if you want to start a business and you come in without a business plan, I'm not giving you a loan. So you got to come with your business plan and a solid portfolio. You're not just going to fucking walk up and then just fucking, oh, here you go. Like, no. Oh, he got to make double my money. Why?
Sha-la-la-la.
Yeah, like, what can you do? You probably don't even know how to be a woman. You probably don't even know how to be a wife. Because like I say this all the time, a lot of them are raised to be like men and outdo men. This whole feminist shit gonna fucked up a whole lot of quote unquote women out here, man. And it's a damn shame because they don't get it. And then when we try to tell them that, their feminist programming tells them that, oh, they're misogynist. So good luck having a conversation.
Lord.
I will cut you off. You can't move around. And men don't like that. So I like men who make more money than I do. And it is what it is. I support my family. I support my household. I have
Real quick too, and it's just for me, it's like this goes again. It's like she doesn't date those types of guys, but yet she keeps bringing up things that don't apply to her. Like that's something that it goes back into the whole women living in a emotionally based realm, right? It's like, well, why the fuck are you talking about these types of guys then, right? You're not even attracted to these types of guys. Why are they even part of your argument? Like, and because you're basing it off personal experience, but yet this isn't even what you date in your personal life. Come on, like it's just aggy,
a child who's 7 years old, happily living whatever. I absolutely will not support somebody else. I don't even want you to make what I make, because if you fall into a bad, hard situation, I have to support you. You have to make.
Think that?
I know that. You have to make double, if not triple, if not quadruple.
That's what you've been through.
I never will ever support another man as long as I live.
I feel like in society now,
I'm be honest, that's probably the realest thing that she could have said. That point in itself, right? And the reason is because, guys, I mean, women, as I just mentioned this earlier in the thing, women are incapable of supporting a man long term. They just don't. They're not. You guys aren't built to do that. Yeah. So as a result, you're like she's absolutely probably speaking and echo chambering for a lot of y'all, right? Because a lot of y'all are as y'all love to do, you go on Facebook, go on Instagram, oh, men ain't shit, man, I can't, oh no, broke ninjas ain't for me, scrubs, and this is the beautiful part about the world we live in, let a man talk about girls being scrubs, oh, he's a piece of shit, oh, what about men? But then girls, y'all got TLC running around. Oh, ain't no scrubs, ain't no guy for me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend. You could, but those songs go, multi-platinum, and are iconic for generations to come. It's just, and these are just the little things in our society that are, they're the double standards that we have out here that men just accept because we understand what our role really is. And women, choose to ignore because they don't want to accept the reality of what their roles really are, right? And this woman speaks to it just as plainly as it. Yes, she's a heathen, so I'm sure a lot of y'all are going to be like, "Oh, I don't want to hear whatever she says." Hey, look, what's the saying? There's the foolish. The foolish can be right at some point, right? Once a day or something around those lines.
Oh, like
right?
A broke clock is right twice a day.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. So there's certain things that I'm not going to tell you to fully tune this girl out, right? Because as I'm even doing, I'm giving her credence. That is an important point that for you guys to take home is, and realize, hey, look, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because you aren't designed to do that. But at the end of the day, the onus is on you. So when you're dating that dude, thinking, oh, he's gonna hit rich, he's gonna strike gold one day, and then you let him shoot that club up, and now you got a baby by him, and you start looking around, playing that, oh, niggas ain't, and you start looking at Father's Day coming up, and you're like, oh, well, I do both jobs, I'm both the daddy and the mom. Yeah, you knew where I was going with that, yeah, and this is what happens, right? Because y'all do not want to take accountability for the nonsense and the bullshit that y'all go ahead and bring to yourselves. That's where your life comes out, man. Just own it. Just fucking own it.
But they're never gonna own it. So like the real solution is on men, man. It's on you, man. It's on you, black man. You gotta be able to discern who you're dealing with. Because you won't know who the hell you're dealing with till she shows you.
Absolutely.
So you gotta, you gotta wait and find out and probe. And obviously, when people show you who they are, because sometimes it'll slip, believe it. Mm-hmm. All right. I say this all the time. If it walks like a duck and it swims and flies like a duck, you don't have to wait for it to walk up to you and quack.
Woo!
You know, that's just it. Yeah, you don't gotta wait for that.
Damn,
you know it's a duck
son.
already. You know, and you should live your life like that. You don't gotta. That's what people. Very seldom since I've awakened, I guess, like
Ooh.
had clearer cognitive focus on what's actually going on in my life and around me. Very seldom have I ever been surprised or shocked by anything because I see it and I say, I think this is what's happening, or I think this is what's going to happen. And then when it happens, it's like, well, I knew that was going to happen, And I'm not sitting here saying like I'm some fucking, a mage, because I'm not. It's just I see and I observe, and I don't wait for it to walk up to me and start quacking.
No, hey, that's I want that point just to hammer home, right? Because at the end of the day, man, this is what we're saying is geared towards making sure that men, especially, you guys are putting yourselves in a position to not get taken advantage by these types of people. Name women especially, because that's what the type of relationships we're talking about here. This is what we're trying to help you avoid. Because they're the women aren't going to talk like this, right? So when you're sitting there thinking, oh, she's a ride or die, she's with me, what I'm saying, she's doing everything, what I mean, she's paying the bills, we're in this together forever, bro. 3 years, fast forward. Those conversations when you were going out and it was okay, she was paying for the meals and all that. In the beginning, oh yeah, it was all great and
It's
good and
always
fine.
good in the beginning.
Yeah. Let's fast forward now. Now you're going out. All right, let's build. Let's do the dream world, right? Now it's 3 years ahead of the time, man. That dream has been cut in half. It's been cut. It's been cut.
It's a nightmare now.
It's been flipped. It's been busted. Now you're sitting there, you're going out, she's despising you, as my post talking about. She's disdaining. There's a bunch of disdain, there's a bunch of resentment, contentment.
Yeah.
She's looking at you with the face of, you just don't you give a damn about yourself? Don't I?
Yeah,
and
right?
what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing? I'm making the best money I've made in my whole life, but I'm here.
Yeah, she coming home from work and you.
I got you playing 2K. You playing 2K, man? Come on, bro. You playing 2K?
Yeah.
At 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's what you want to do.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Before it was cute. Oh, babe, can we play Call of Duty together? Oh, yeah, it was cute when you got to kick your shoes off and play Call of Duty with your man. At 3 in the afternoon. Now you're coming home 2 years fast forward. Well, what are we doing, bro? Bro, you're gonna do this all day, bro. I thought this was like a 2-month thing. Now I'm sitting here paying all the bills 2 years later. Are you fucking kidding me, man? Now she's talking to you like she's your mother, and now look, that the sex is probably trash now. The what's it called? There's no respect in public. She's looking at you. There's nothing.
That's some living dick. All you turn into is some living dick, bro.
Absolutely.
You got no pride, no nothing.
Service. And some of you don't even sling the dick that good. So now look, your woman ain't coming. You know what I'm saying? She ain't busting. Yeah. Now she's looking at you, man, like, what do you have to give?
And that is the parallel. See, that's equal and even, because she's gonna look at him like, what do you have to give? And most likely men will do the same thing to women when they're in a process of deciding, though. Men won't really grow disdainful of a woman that he's with for being who she was when he met her. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But
no, absolutely.
The other way, no.
Not acceptable.
But as a man, look, as a man, you shouldn't be in that position anyway, though. You know
but thank you for even saying it, because that goes back to the double standards that men inherently and innately accept. You know what I'm saying? Is it fair, right, that if the shoe's on the other foot, and it's not even saying that you want that to happen, right? But shit happens, but is it fair that that's the expectations that you're heaped with, from the day that you're born and able to work? No, it's fair is, again, what you find at the county, at your local county fair, if you want to judge pigs, so that at the end of the day, like, we understand that life is not fair. We understand that the world is sexist, right? If a guy comes in at 3 a.m. with a gun, most likely my wife is not going to be sitting there going, "Okay, hold on, baby, it's my turn. I got to go see who's broke in." No, no, I'm the one that's got to put my life on the line,
Yeah.
right? These are just expectations that we all have. Men have to be providers. Men have to
We
be
live
protectors.
in a chaos filled time right now because, like you just said, those are societal norms, right?
Right.
If you're walking down the street and see a couple, and they're who do you think is going to be taller, the guy or the girl?
Oh, it's be the guy.
Exactly. That's a societal norm, right?
Right.
Is it
Well, it's
wrong to
also
make an assumption?
biological. Well, it's also biological. It's also
That's my point.
biological. Yeah.
But if you let these fucking psychos, tell you, they'll tell you some other shit. Like for instance,
Yeah.
I hate to make it seem like I'm picking on the gays because I'm not, but
be careful, man. We got blocked last time, so just
not. But they're definitely a culprit when it comes to this because, in terms of, they say, oh, we gotta change this because what's normal? What's normal?
Ooh,
Like we
okay.
know what normal is. Normal is a man and a woman together. That's normal. Man and a man is not normal. And normal also is what happens at the highest frequency. If you really want to get technical, that would be normalcy. That is normal. And there's far more heterosexual couples than homosexual couples, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when we live in this time that we do now, where everyone is so afraid to speak the truth and reality, they let agendas like that in, and when what happens is they muddy the waters. So then they start to taint it and say, well, they start to challenge what normal is, and then it just like fucking diffuses into other aspects of our life. You get what I'm saying? That's why things like that have to be checked, because we can't have this conversation about what was normal or not. Look, we have roles and societal norms. Like again, if someone broke into my house, my wife isn't going to be expected to get up and fucking save the day.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's not the expectation. That's not the role. That's not her role. That's my role.
Absolutely.
Right? And then if say I failed at that role and then she actually took over and run the house, I'd be fucking ridiculed.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah, that'd be it for
because I did not live up to my role. Okay, so at the end of the day, there are roles. There's gender roles, whether you choose to abide by them or not. But at the end of the day, as well, there are repercussions to everything that we do and that we don't do, and you have to be willing to deal with those repercussions. That's all.
No, you're absolutely right. And this is something that that bugs me too. About when you have this conversation with women, and it's because again, a lot of women, not all, but most, live in a an emotionally based world. And this is so like for instance, right? They'll be like when you make that argument about I'm gonna be the one to get up and protect you'll get women that come out the wazoo is like, well, no, I can do it too. I can come out. Come on, Roundy Rousey had an interview. And she even emphatically mentioned that she would only date fighters or men that fight. Like, there's a reason. She's one of the top fighters, women fighters ever in her craft. I'm pretty sure she can take care of her own. If she is even saying that she wants to date a man that is in shape, fights, whether it be professionally or on a consistent basis, right? He trains, even if he's not going to the octagon. Like there's a reason for that, right? Because women, at the end of the day, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're China, right? Rest in peace. Like you still want a man who's capable of protecting you when the time comes, right? You just being able to protect yourself is great when you're not around him and you're with your girls and all that stuff. That's when it's great for you to be able to protect you. That's awesome. But if I'm in the picture, if I'm there, or if, like my co-host is talking about, if he's in the picture and he's there, there's no absolute way that you're not going to lose some sort of attractiveness realistically for that man if you're the one that has to be the one to save the day and your man is the one that's coming up short emphatically when the time comes for him to take hold of his role as the man in the relationship. It's just biological, man. Like you guys are think about cavemen and cave women, right? If he's the who are the ones that were getting a lot of the play were the ones that were the biggest protectors. This is just something that has been ingrained in our DNA from the dawn of time. And to act as though, and it's just that's the fakeness that we're lending to act as though that is something to be looked down upon, or that it's to to not be okay is where our the fabric of our society has, I feel like, I don't even say I feel like, I know, has come to rip, right? All of those things that got us to this point in human history, right, where we stand above all other species, right, now are being looked at as toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
They're looked at as, misogynistic, as problematic, as, not being able to. But most of y'all grew up in households ran by men. And I'm not talking about the guys that were beating your moms, that were, running around, that left your moms hanging and all that. We're not talking about those specialized cases, guys. Come on, like, be real. We're talking about the majority of y'all that led in 2-person households and know exactly what it means and what time it is when you have a man at home that handles his business as a man. Come on now. Let's be fucking real. Let's be fucking real. Enough with this equality nonsense. That's the problem. Y'all don't want to hear that shit.
Niggas are fucking finessers and broke niggas.
Oh,
Me personally,
yeah.
I don't require a woman to bring in.
What are we on time?
Hour and 10 minutes.
Okay. What the
a
hell?
certain amount of income. That's just me personally, because
Men don't.
at the end of the day, I'm already gonna have a roof over my head. I'm taking trips with my boys. We're doing XYZ. We're going to eat good. We're doing this and that. So anything that you would bring in would just be an addition to what I already have. And women look for a man to take them to the next level. Most women.
The real question is why as women are we working so hard and grinding so hard when men don't care? We could slack off, we could be bums, and y'all would still wife us at the same rate that you wife us when we're grinding our asses off. Y'all don't
that's
care.
true.
The reason why we care.
The question is, why do y'all care so much?
No, we care for our own self-worth. We care for our own self-worth, and that's why I'm not carrying no broke-ass nigga, because I've worked too hard.
It ain't about
too hard.
So it's okay for a man to date a broke bitch, but it's not okay for a woman to date a broke nigga.
Personally, if you're dating a bitch who's broker than me, I think you're a joke. But that's your personal decision.
But love is love, right?
She just said that most men. So what? I'm not gonna look for reason and logic in what this woman says, because I already know that's not. I'm not gonna get that. For our viewers, though, I want you guys to watch the leaps and the bounds that our test case, expounds on, and this isn't to bash women, right? But it's to help our men, right? The guys that are going to be out here in this dating pool see the harsh realities about what's out there if you don't vet properly, right? There are women like this that will smile on your face, that will sing you that good song, right? Give you that good sloppy nappy, right? Maybe even throw it back real well or two. But at the end of the day, man, this is what's lurking in that psyche of theirs, and a good amount of them, man. And if you're not careful, as my co-host mentioned, you will get some Kanye West going, where and after 18 years on his 18th birthday, found out it wasn't his. This is what is waiting for you if you don't vet the women that you bring before you.
Yeah, agreed. I can't emphasize that enough, man.
God, Lord Jesus of Nazareth.
No.
So why does love?
I would never.
But love,
I'm not
love
fall
shouldn't have
for
a
someone
monetary
who's beneath me.
value
I'm sorry,
attached
God.
to it.
Well, it does.
It
for
does.
me, it does. And for you guys, it doesn't, because you guys have societal power, you have monetary power, you have all these privileges that allow you to choose who you want.
It ain't societal
We can't
power.
choose who we want. I don't want to use the word.
You know what? It's just crazy. She is like again, like that clock analogy that you brought up before. She literally is saying a whole bunch of bullshit, but some of the things that she's saying is true,
bro.
So it's interesting, and that's what, again, brothers, why I always say, you can even a fool can teach you something, So don't think that you shouldn't talk to people just because of whatever. You can talk to the most foolish person, and you can learn something from that.
It might be painful. But
oh yeah. But,
might be painful, but
you can learn. And I think that's a problem with a lot of quote unquote black people. They get really emotional and they want to just tune people out. because they disagree about some shit or whatever. And
Well, it's
we got to
because of how
get
they're
past
raised.
that. We got to get past that.
It's because of how they were raised. You know what I mean? They were raised to be like, I'm sorry to say it. I mean, you know, they were raised in households where the energy was extremely feminine, right? They didn't have someone that could basically, or they didn't surround themselves with enough masculine energy to be able to create, you know what I'm saying, a mind of their own that doesn't resolve around handling things emotionally, which is why you see the gang violence, which is why you see, young men of color popping off at the slightest bit of a glance or of a push or a shove by
Yeah,
accident.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like there's all of these things that could be easily resolved with a yo, my
yeah,
bad, man, my bad, bro.
yeah.
Just elevate
You know
simply
how
because of
many?
how they're brought.
You know how many dudes have been killed just because they had swag? Not even like they did something. Not even like they bumped into somebody, said on somebody's shoes, or did something to people. All they gotta do is walk into a place with too much swag, and they got trouble. You know,
Yeah.
that used to be, I used to be, I don't want to say a victim of it because I wasn't a victim, but people, not honestly always, but I've been pressed before, stuff like that. Especially if I was like out of my town. Like say I went to like Edison, New
Oh yeah,
Brunswick, or one of the
I know what you're
surrounding
talking about.
towns, and it's like, oh, like you got haters, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I always had haters, gonna always have haters. But luckily for me, none of these haters were really, really about it. You know what I'm saying? None of them were strapped because there's dudes out there. Well, they're not anymore, but like that happens. People, yeah, I heard these stories. They had a party, whatever the case may be, and they get shot up all because some fucking bitch ass nigga with
Yeah.
mad feminine energy didn't like how all the girls in the house was looking at him. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no,
But
and I was even gonna say that's probably, and even those cases that you're talking about, those guys probably once they were saw that they could get into your orbit,
mhm,
they were probably, they try to be your best friend and then some
mhm.
in those settings too.
Yeah.
I'm
So
I'm probably sure of it
it's
because
crazy.
that's how those guys operate. You know what I'm saying? And that's why guys, that I mean, it's sad to say, but that's literally, in the cases of what happened with Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? Guys that get, turned down as opposed to them saying, you know what, let me strive to be better. I know there were many stories that were circling around the murder of Nipsey Hussle. I know that there was a sense of the shooter got played out. And then his girl was basically was all over Nipsey's nuts, and then all of a sudden he just took it upon himself to say nah, fuck this, and shot the man right in front of his own storefront. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what's out there, right? And this is what if men don't put themselves back into the helm of the leadership in our society, our young men, our young boys are going to devolve into something that is just unbecoming and is something that's unproductive in this society.
Agree. Real quick on
Further than that they
Nipsey
already
though.
had.
This is probably unpopular, but I don't give a fuck. I spit the truth. So
Mm-hmm.
with Nipsey, I'm not gonna say he just again like all of these killings and stuff. I can't say that necessarily people deserved it.
Okay.
It was unfortunate, but Nipsey was a gang member
Mm-hmm.
for many many years. So he put out that energy, and it came back to him. Man. You cannot escape that. You know,
Yeah.
uh, you know,
I would say it doesn't
that's
help.
just
I
what it
agree.
is. That's just what it is. I'm not saying that it was right. I'm not trying to say anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For anyone to die in that manner, especially
Yeah. During
at
the
the,
day,
the
man.
setting of it all, like no, of course not. But again, we cannot. One thing I will say that I don't like is how the black community like loves to venerate people that shouldn't necessarily be venerated. I don't think
Oh,
Nipsey
okay.
Hussle should be venerated. I mean, was he changing his life around? Yeah, but at the end of the day, look, you're gonna have to talk to the man upstairs about all the stuff that you did, and hopefully that brother repented. I don't know if he did or not, but again, unfortunate. But you put that energy out there, man, and then you how many young black males did he lead down that road as well?
Mm.
And how
So I
many?
have a question.
Yeah.
No, I have a question just based on that. Sorry to cut you off. It's just so if it was in fact based upon jealousy,
Mhm.
right, as opposed to gang related, do you think that has any credence to it whatsoever?
Yeah, man. Look, again, the
I know,
energy,
because I get what you're saying.
the energy that you put out, man. You know what I'm saying? It's coming
Mm.
back. It's coming back. people don't what goes around comes around. So it may have been about jealousy, but not.
You're saying the karma that was in the air just
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Kind of like Final Destination. Like
I've never played it.
It's a movie.
Oh, you're talking about the movie. I thought you were talking about the game.
Yeah, Final Destination. Yeah. Like you saw the movie The Final Destination.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the airplane crash, and the one guy had a premonition. He was like, "Oh, we got to get off the plane." Yeah. And they got off the plane, then the plane crashed, but they were all supposed to die. So then death was chasing them around. Kind of like that, but
with
not.
Devin Sawa.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the main character. This is awkward. That's the main character's name, but real name. But yeah, no. I'm with you. I mean, I think you know what it is. I think you're leaning towards a land of transparency, right? And it's sort of like, hey, look, calling a spade a spade. And so I think that there should absolutely be a place for someone to break it down just like that. I did like I don't really see much I don't see much untruth to that statement.
Yeah, well, I don't think that you would per se, obviously, but as you know, we were just talking about it. A lot of quote unquote black men grow up with a lot of feminine bitch ass energy, and they don't really know how to shake that shit off of them. And majority is them who I see venerating Nipsey Hussle. It's them I see venerating, even Tupac. Make great music. I can separate the two. I like the music. I like the music, but like for instance, Rick Ross, he was a CEO. We know he was a CEO, but he still be rapping about all this other crazy shit. I like the music. I can separate it. And a lot of these new young rappers, obviously, they say, "Oh no, I don't live that life. I just rap about it." I don't really have an issue with that, because would I prefer you be a real killer, really selling drugs to our people, really being part of the problem, really being what I call the real coons?
Oh
no, I don't. Ooh. I would prefer that. All of them were fake and not living that life, because that would mean that the community is not being as impacted negatively as it is.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
that's a good point.
I don't want to see them like Nipsey's venerated. That's all I'm saying. They should be venerated. Oh, what the heck's happened? I don't know what happened to Mike, y'all, but anyway, until he comes back, if anyone watching right now, drop something in the chat. Drop something in the chat. That's really outline there coming out.
Hold up. You're coming a little spotty.
Oh, look at that. He is
yep.
back.
Yeah. My Google Chrome kicked me out. Sorry about that. Was it quick or was it?
Yeah, it was quick. I mean, I was just talking to the viewers, asking them to drop something in the chat. If they want to, no pressure.
Yeah, no, that I think that that conversation, the last conversation we were just having, I think that is an important one, because it's at the end of the day, it's we're trying to build that transparency, guys, because the world is not as as complex as people try to make it. We are all all men relatively think the same, all women relatively think the same in most respects. So it's and to act as though that there we can't separate the two worlds and put them in a canister, right? And say, hey, look, this person, he was great in his artist work and things of that nature, but at the same token, this he did leave a life, and that's the respect he got, right? He got a lot of that respect because of the fact that he led that life.
Yeah.
So when his life comes to an end because of that, as my co-host mentions, even if it wasn't relatively because of that, I think that's something you still have to take into consideration when you want to celebrate them.
That goes back into what we always talk about, especially I know I talk about it on my channel all the damn time, and it's about the accountability. And there's consequences and repercussions to everything that you do. So again, Nipsey Hussle dying like that, you lived a fucked up life, dude. You know what I'm saying? You live the fucked up life, man. You know, you don't ride out on a chariot. That's not how it ends for you. You know, that's just not how it ends, man. And again, it's very unfortunate. I'm not sitting here saying that, you know, he deserved all of that. I'm just saying, you know, that shouldn't be venerated. You know, destroying your
And
community.
for our viewers that may not be reading dictionaries, what does that what does venerated mean? Celebrate? Is that what that's going towards?
Kind of. It's like to like put on a pedestal and like idolize, kind of like shrine. I don't have the direct. I guess I could look it up to give you.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to look. I'm just so that way they have an idea as to, as you're saying. I think it's to be worshipped and idolized.
Yeah, hold on.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
because they're probably looking at venerated like venereal. What do you say? You got a disease? What is
to regard with
saying?
Reverential respect or with admiring deference, to honor an icon, a relic. So,
there you go.
That's pretty much what I said.
Yeah.
See that, y'all?
Yep.
You know what is interesting? The majority of the words that I use and that I know, I didn't like look up in a dictionary. I just learned them from reading books and listening to speeches. And then you figure out what they mean. You know, context clues. So when people ask me like, oh, like for instance, what does that mean? I can't really tell you because I've never looked it up. So I could tell you from context what the gist of it, what it means, but I couldn't give you like a close. Well, I did give a close dictionary.
You're pretty much right on par.
Yeah, but just so everyone knows, that's because I read. I don't read dictionaries. You know, I'm not fucking like, oh my god, some fucking whiz kid. You know, read and then try to comprehend. And again, I did take an IQ test, and my reading comprehension is very, very high. No, I'm not patting my own back. It's very high.
Sadly, you know, I was one of those people that had to read the dictionary. You know, my mom, you know, did not play around with that. She did not want me walking around with a set of Ebonics to school. So from the age of, I want to say second, third grade, I was reading Webster's Dictionary front to back. So
front to back.
Yeah, it was it's great times at the M.A.S household. But yeah, no, I mean, I grew up Nigerian, so that, you know, this is, you know, my parents were back. If we could even I could even bring it back to this whole, you know, the income matter. I mean, they were setting me up for a world where, again, I have to be the best, right? Because they saw what the picture looks like for men that look like us in this country, right? And so they understood, like, hey, look, you're not. They're gonna see your last name and know that you walk, talk different. Like, there ain't no, hey, yo, what's good? You know, you're not going to no interviews with, yo, my man. Like, there ain't none of that. So from an early age, like, we're you know, there's a reason why society's built like this, and it's because it's on the reality that men are supposed to be the, you know, the intellectual superiors, the leaders, the breadwinners. You know, we're supposed to be owning a lot of these different, you know, avenues when it comes to relationships. It's just the way it's always been. So to act as though it's not, and to act as though men aren't, you know, hampered with enough pressure, especially black men, you know, throughout the course of their lives, it's just a fallacy, and it's the lie that, you know, that society tries to embark on its people.
Like, have you ever heard the whole black woman is God thing?
I have, as far as from a sort of like a conceptual perspective.
Yeah,
that's
so
what you're talking about.
Yeah and no, because there's a lot of brothers out there that believe that shit, and then they venerate women, and they're also part of the problem. When you got a whole bunch of fucking Sims running around yelling, "Oh, the black woman is God, the black woman is God," you know what I'm saying? All this shit. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Like, hold on, let me hold on, man.
Oh no!
Look. No disrespect, because I know there's a lot of
brothers that
really, really do, for some reason, believe that shit. But listen to me. You could follow a woman all the fuck you want, okay? you're not going nowhere.
Ooh.
All right, show me a man that follows a woman, and I'll show you a fool.
Ooh,
Okay?
Justin.
Oh, Justin in the building. In the building. No, but seriously, show me a man that follows a woman, and I'll show you a fool. Okay.
Oh shit.
Well, women are not natural leaders. They're not meant to lead. Like, look, ain't no woman ever gonna lead me. All right, because women can't lead flies to shit. So, and I'm not saying that to be like a woman hater, because I'm not. I'm really not. I love women, especially when they're in their fucking right mind. When they're in their right mind, nothing comes close to women. They're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. But unfortunately, the majority of them are not in the right mind. So that's the that's the variance. That's the variance that you have right now.
Especially in America. No, I said especially in America.
Well,
especially in I would say just America on the Western. Yeah. I was just gonna like it's just guys. When we have these uncomfortable truths, right? It's I know it's a lot for y'all to take in. I know it's a lot for y'all to um to say. I know you're holding back. Some of you are making it through, who are going to watch a lot of this episode. I know you guys are grinding at your at your teeth to be like, oh yeah, it's at 9,000, and it's just you just can't wait to be queen or king, whatever comes first, but or floats your boat. But at the same token, I mean, guys, the facts are the facts. We were created and designed this way for a reason, right? Our society has been built around men for a reason, right? If you can, if you guys want, you guys have all the time in the world. Go on Google and search for matriarchal societies that are currently leading the world, right? That go to the United Nations, right? That have a representative who goes to the United Nations and it speaks on the behalf of their country. If you can name me one, I would be hard pressed, right? And I will buy you dinner. You know what I mean? And Justin, like that. So it's not to say that women, are less than men. No, not at all. The reality is that in positions that require leadership and require a different sense of attitude and and mindset, most times, other than not, women are just not going to be able to meet that criteria. It's just the nature of the game. Thank you, Justin. I'm getting paid tomorrow, so it's okay. So I think I should be good. But yeah, no, I hopefully bank on just hopefully just taking them out for something other than that question. But at the same token, because I am single, y'all. But at the same measure, this is something that we're trying to help our viewers understand, that it's just this is just a matter of what this world is, and we need to start living in a world of reality, right? Not on your feelings, not on I feel like, but I thought, no. Take a step back, take a deep breath, right? And just listen to hear, not listen to speak. Right. That's all I ask our viewers to do.
No, the women, I'm not asking y'all to do anything.
Oh yeah. I'm not asking we already know y'all. Y'all aren't designed to do that. So I mean, y'all just you're gonna take what we say anyway and just fucking run to Calabasas. You know what I'm saying? So if we get a good amount of you that do think, and some of y'all will try to show off and try to act as though you can, but then that one conversation will come up where it's like, oh, what the no. I'm at 9,000. powering up my inbox, going crazy. I'm like, yo.
In my inbox.
I'm like, yo, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? I thought you were one of the good ones. And then all of a sudden it just goes, that gets shitted on real quick. So
I mean, my best advice is to women, like, just be yourself. One, men, it's up to y'all. Like, if you want to shoot up the club or some thotty, it's on you, bro. It's on you. Don't be all like, oh man, she won't let me see my kids, man. She married another nigga, whatever. Nigga, you put that on yourself, dude. You know what I'm saying? You should have known better, man. You gotta know, again, who these women are. Are they wife type material? Are they hoes? Again, there's room in this world for all of them. and they each play very intricate roles, but you can't go mixing them up. Like for instance, if I fucking ate my dessert for dinner every day, and then my fucking dinner for dessert every day, like my stomach's gonna be all fucked up. you know, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with the food. It's just probably shouldn't be eating, ice cream Sundays for breakfast. Just I don't think that's how it works. I'm not saying ice cream Sundays are a bad thing. Just when it's not in its proper order, it's not a great thing. So real simple. And when it comes to money, obviously, men never let a woman maintain you. So I think the overall question is money. What's the question? Is money serious in dating? Does income matter when dating?
Yes.
So for me to boil it all down for you, mother effers, man. Does it matter when dating? I'm talking to men right now too. So women, whatever with y'all. Men, does it matter when dating? Yes. It matters if you can't maintain yourself, i.e., you don't have a good job or a career, or if you don't have your own place. If you can't maintain yourself and you're looking for a woman to do that, then yes, income is going to be a huge issue when it comes to dating, because then again, it's going to lead to is she's going to take care of you, and then she's just going to go very disdainful of you, and it's not going to be good. You're not going to be in any type of good spot, my dude, at all. So stay away from that shit. My recommendation is get your own place, have your own place. It's cool. She got her own place too. That's cool. I don't know why she start fucking up, acting up. You could leave and go to your crib. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta. You're not stuck. So that's my advice to you. Now again, if she's making six figures and you're not, is it an issue? Like that's something that's gonna you're gonna have to talk to that woman about that. Hopefully you've been able to figure out that she is wife type material and you're gonna go forward with that, because if she's not wife type material, then it doesn't matter anyway. Nigga, you just getting the buns. Period. So that's just pretty much where it is.
Yeah. So no, I'm right there with you. I think to answer this question, because I know we're coming towards the end of this episode. Yeah, in 2021, for damn sure, money matters. And I'll even stretch as far as to say, if you're not meeting women that fill that wife like criteria that my co-host is talking about, do not rush this shit, man. Do not rush this shit. The earning potential for men in this country is at average at around the ages of around 35, right? So if anybody knows anything about anatomy and biology, we got time, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and does that mean that you sit on your ass and don't fucking take the opportunities that come your way? No, guys, let's squell that right the fuck now. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. Because this podcast has no room, that has no room, right? It has no room for people who are not out here trying to be their best selves, right? And if you do come to our podcast for advice, by all means, understand that we will never sit here and tell you to be the average, right? So that's first and foremost. But what I will say is that yes, anatomically, but when it comes to biological perspectives, we just we grow in value as time goes on. And so what that means for you, right, when you're looking at relationships and you're looking at how you're supposed to deal with these women, you have to vet, man. You have to vet properly, because the last thing you need is to have that recurring bill, right? Because women are very quick in this Western culture to drop you just because of emotions, just because you're not fulfilling their needs when it comes to love and all these different fairy tale like parameters. So if you understand that and this, right, you have to be careful, right? You have to be careful unless like my co-host has done, he's gone and out and found a like-minded woman who understands the principle, right? If you haven't come into contact with women such as this, then you need to be careful, right, about who you're settling down with, right? Especially if you're going to be dealing with women on the Western, when it comes to Western culture, because right now there's a I don't call it a pandemic, but there is an there is an attack on masculinity, guys, And what women don't want to take accountability, because there are a lot of women, not all, but most women are allergic to being able to sit back and say that their masculine energy is the reason why they're still single.
Mm-hmm.
It's one, and it may not be the main component, but I will tell you that it's probably an overlying factor in why they're still running around without a man. Right? Those factors, and that's what, and society will lie to you, right? And they will tell you, and they'll tell guys like, yeah, go get an independent woman, go get go look for that woman that's a boss babe that has everything for her, blah blah. Guys, newsflash, the shit don't matter, bro. Because guess what happens when you lose your job? Go ask your woman for money for 4 or 5 years. Let's see if she's even your woman for 4 or 5 years after you're pulling some shit like that. There's no reason. Her money is her money. Your money is our money. It's just the way the world is, dude. It's just the way the world is. Like that. So if you understand that reality, move in a way where you're putting yourself in the best position to lock down someone who understands that, hey, look, like, we're building empires here, not huts.
Not Huts.
Okay.
Pizza Hut.
All right. Oh, I'm done. Yeah. So that would be my way of answering, is that yes, money is extremely important for dating. And I would venture even further to say that if you're not on your P's or in the way of getting your P's together, then you probably shouldn't be out there in the dating market. Trust me, from experience, it's not fun.
Yeah,
It's
hell
not
no.
fun.
You shouldn't.
It's not fun.
Yeah, if you can't maintain yourself, you got no job, no nothing. Look, the woman is the last thing. A woman is like another bill. Okay.
Yes.
It's another bill.
Yes.
I can't emphasize that enough.
Yes.
So you have to be prepared for that. Literally, I'm not even joking. It's another bill. It doesn't come in the mail every month and you pay, but trust me when I tell you, you paying for that shit. But he who finds a wife findeth a good thing. So, as long as you find a wife and not one of these hoes, then you find a good thing. Like, for instance, like Mike said, I lucked out. I definitely fucking hit the jackpot with my wife, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but as it pertains to what I look for, what I was looking for, what I need, what I want the future to be for my family situation, family structure, and for my children. She, perfect scores across the board. Again, we argue. Obviously, we don't see eye to eye on many things, but she compliments me. She's my helpmeet. She compliments me, and I compliment her, and together, we do great things. But it all starts with her being a woman. My wife is not one of those, and anyone that knows my wife, they know that she's submissive. She's a woman. You would never be like, damn, she's fucking coming on too damn strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, So again, I lucked out, but they're out there. They're out there. They'll definitely be vigilant, and don't be fooled. Keep in mind that duck story I told you. That's a great.
Yeah, the duck analogy.
They have to discern what's going on. So, Mike, I think it's been a great one again.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to talk about next week, but there's always stuff to talk about. Oh, Mike, have you heard about the Kwame Brown stuff?
Yeah, no. You know what it is I definitely have. I think I just want to, because you know what it is, he does them off of like takes. So like, what I would love to do for our viewers is to be able to give them, insights to where all his ranting is coming from, right? So what I want to present it in a specific way, but I would love to do something on the Kwame Brown stuff for sure, because he's been out here spitting fire, spitting a lot of fire, and also, but I mean, we gotta be careful because he might get our shit might get taken out. So because unless he's not cursing.
He said that he's not stopping people from using his videos. So
no, not even just that. I'm talking about like the cursing and all that stuff, because like some of the things he says are pretty on the cusp. They're
not coming for us. We got
no.
50 subscribers. They're not coming for us.
It's not even just that. Well, you saw what happened when just the copyright shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like I don't want to put us in a position where We can't even put the video up because this man, calls him drops the F word. And I'm not talking about the FUCK. I'm talking, calls Stephen A. Smith that word. So,
Yeah.
but anywho, no,
I mean,
I think he's cognizant of it. I think he's cognizant of it in his videos. So that's why they're still up. They just might not get
that's
monetized.
pretty raunchy.
Yeah. So we have to even check that ourselves to see if we're getting monetized. Yeah, for real, Justin. Yeah. Because what it is, our takes are, there's not a lot of cursing that's done except for Aaron. Aaron is the cursor of the two
He
of
said
us.
all the stuff y'all
But
say.
yeah. I mean, let's be real. Kwame's out there throwing it down like he's in the locker room. Like he's not like
He's not
he out
holding
here.
no punches right now.
He's throwing bombs. Like, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. I wish he could have stepped further, but I guess it's just because his priorities he didn't give a fuck less. Oh wow, look at that curse. He could give a damn less what the heck, these people were saying at that point in time in his life, So I definitely, yes. You know what? That's what for y'all next. We're going to break down the Kame. Dragon Ball
Kwame.
Oh, Lord.
Kwame.
Yeah, so we're going to get some Kwame Brown in here, guys, because he is on a tear. And we're going to, I think we'll leave it up to you guys. Which
Justin,
battle?
What do you want us to talk about, Justin?
Yeah, which battle? Which battle between Kwame and who? Because he's battling everybody out here. He's taking on all oncomers.
All the simps and all the fucking hoes, man.
Would have canceled y'all quicker. Yeah. We'll get there though. We'll get those canceling topics. You know what I'm saying? Like hopefully by then, I'm a project manager, a director by that point. So it ain't gonna touch me.
Hopefully by then I'll have like a Patreon page or something like that by then.
Yeah. That's the goal, right? That's the goal, right? Where I could leave where I'm doing and then be able to do this, full time, man. Be able to divert my issues to just this. So my issues, my resources to just this. Yeah, my bad. I don't know where that thing about working just came in there, but So guys, which battle do y'all want us to take on next? Justin, I know you're one of the only viewers in the live right now, and you could definitely comment us. Let us know which who Kwame Brown takes on that you want us to talk about on our next episode for sure.
Well, Charlamagne already bowed out, so actually, a lot of these dudes are bowing out.
I mean, but Charlamagne is an easy target because he just you call him out and he takes that I'm not gonna speak on that. I'm just gonna and he takes that that BS approach.
Nah. Charlamagne, which a lot of people don't know, but I knew this before Kwame even said it. But that whole rape allegation that he gotten off on, because that story is very gruesome.
Gruesome. I didn't even.
Yeah, no, I read about that years ago. Years ago, I read about that. Yeah, the girl was so like she had punched a hole in the wall and shit. Like it was very disturbing. It's crazy. What? Yeah, because even Kwame didn't even read the whole thing. But I don't want to receive a cease and desist letter, so. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, well, he said that he didn't know if he did or not. Kind of what the fuck. Oh, it was some weird shit. So then he took a deal, saying endangering the minor or some shit like that. But, So that's why Charlamagne did not want any of that sauce coming out. So that's why he gave himself a donkey today. I mean, which he should. But then again, he should never open his fucking mouth.
Oh, he gave himself a donkey today?
Yeah, and he gave a whole fucking monologue. Yeah,
I didn't see none of that.
Yeah, he gave himself donkey today. And did a whole monologue. Just that normally they do a couple donkeys. That was the only one.
Wow.
So he gave himself donkey. He spoke for 8 minutes. Yeah.
This is how I've been going to the gym recently because I usually go in the morning. So I'll hear the different by the time I leave his edition is on for Donkey of the Day. So yeah, wow, I had no idea he gave himself donkey. That is rare.
Yeah, check it out.
I definitely want to watch that one. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check in on that one.
I mean, it was cool. It was cool because I mean, like I said, though, I get it. He didn't really have much of a fucking choice. That's how I see it. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is.
Ugh. Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, so definitely can't use him then because he's not gonna. But we could do the
But
Stephen A. segment.
Stephen A.
Yeah,
clapped back tonight on
he did.
Stephen
Stephen
A's
A's
world.
world.
But I didn't watch
Yeah,
it though. I didn't watch
on
it.
some whole shit. On some whole shit. Talking about started off
I
before
never
the
watched
segment
Matt
started.
Barnes' show, Justin. I never watched that show. Look, Matt
Yeah.
Barnes, and look, it's funny. This is why I like Kwame
Oh,
so far, because he's coming with the truth, and everything that he's saying, I've already been saying, and I've already had these like these thoughts. You know, obviously Kwame Brown will know more about a Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson than I would because he played in the NBA. But from
right.
my perspective, Matt Barnes, the whole Derek Fisher shit, just he screamed bitch assness. You know what I'm saying? So I always
Yeah.
knew he was a bitch
Yeah.
ass nigga. How you let this nigga take your wife and now he's a daddy to your kids, and then you drive hours to go meet that? You know what I'm saying?
Cross
Like
country,
to fight
man.
him. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, you a loser.
You
You know
drive
what I'm
cross
saying?
country
Yeah.
for that
And
shit,
then
man.
Steven Jackson, I already knew what type of person he is. Any grown ass man that's still repping the gang, well, come on, dude. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Come
especially
on.
after the George Floyd situation and everything too, because
Yeah.
pretty sure George Floyd was basically down and out before his life was taken. And it's like you know that's but where was that was your best friend forever, but you know you know. So I mean,
Nothing you
that's
stupid,
a
yeah.
yeah, no, that was that shit was a lot hilarious as hell when Kwame Brown was like, "I'll slap you so hard in the back of your head, you're gonna have a toupee." Oh, that shit! You're gonna have a fancy toupee. Oh, that shit was hilarious, man. Yeah, we might have to do that one. We might have to do the Stephen A. versus Kwame because that shit is hilarious. And maybe just take two takes, one from Kwame, one from Stephen A. and seeing the rebuttals and whatnot. But yeah, Kwame has been, just for our viewers, that are still on, Kwame's been out here, man. Kwame's been running around in the truth filth, and for some people they're just not ready for that dirty, man. They're not ready to get in there. And no, they just they know what's going to come their way if they do. They know that they're the people that look at them and idolize them are going to be looking at them crazy. And that's what's happening with the Matt Barnes of the world and the Steven Jackson. They're calling it out as it is because my thing, it all stems from Stephen A's nonsensical, portrayal of Kwame Brown from an early age, dude. From like 18, you're slaying a kid that's 18. You know what I mean? Like, at what point do you have, and if you're gonna slay him, right, keep it on basketball. You know what I'm saying? At least try to keep it on basketball. But what these guys like Stephen A. and all of them do, the Matt Barnes is now is moving, and the Stephen Jackson is moving into a world of like of the slight-handed, manhood type, digs, that have absolutely nothing to do with the sport that you're on hand talking about.
Yeah.
And so I love the fact that Kwame is like, it's like, dude, like how could you possibly, like it's not like I was, on some Greg Oden shit where I was only in the league for a year.
Yeah.
And then I got kicked out basically. Like
Yeah.
I was in the league for 12 years. Bought my mom a home on a golf course. Bought my kids through college. Like what person in America doesn't look at that and go, yeah, he's winning. And he's African American.
Yeah.
And he was in the top 10%, I believe he was saying, in his graduating class in high school.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like we're focusing on the raw, and then even if it's this career state, I think it was like 7 points and like 4 rebounds. You know how many people in Europe right now would kill to have that stat line? I don't care, number one pick or not. Like, it's to call him a bust is a stretch because there's motherfuckers like Adam Morrison that
Oh my God,
you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, these guys are way higher on the list.
Anthony Bennett.
Anthony Bennett, thank you, Anthony Bennett. Anthony Bennett. Fucking Michael Olowokande. And even him, he played in the league for a good amount of years. But these guys, there's a ton more. You know what I'm saying? That didn't fulfill anything, whether it be outside the court or on the court. So our next episode, look out for that. We'll definitely be doing the Kwame. Jesus, the
Kwame.
the
Kwame.
We will do the Kwame Brown saga, and I think we'll start with the Stephen A. As the first battle. I think that we'll take it from there.
Sounds good to me, man. Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's do the shameless shout out. So Shameless plugs. So yes, guys, please by all means like, comment, subscribe this video.
Click the link. Click
Go
the
on
links.
our Instagram. Give us some Instagram love. What I'm doing now is I'm putting in the links below. There's gonna be my Instagram, my co-host's Instagram, as well as and I'm also gonna plug in my co-host's YouTube channel at Dubble A Heff as well, where he has similar content that helps our men of similar ideals be able to walk through this life in a successful manner, and see the beacon of light. So, that's also going to be in the links below. Go into our Instagram page at M.A.S media M.A.S underscore media 615. We also have a Facebook at Black Kings Entertainment Presents M.A.S Media. That link will also be in the description as well. We have our Spotify. We have our Anchor. Lord, we are, guys,
Yeah,
we
we
are
everywhere.
everywhere. We are flipping everywhere, bro. We have the Apple Podcast. I know a lot of y'all have iPhones, sadly, so I will also plug in the link to that into the description below as well, just because I know a lot of y'all got that. So I'll leave it to my co-host to round this out.
Yeah, so definitely, again, thank you all for joining us. Thanks for all the comments and the support. It really does mean a lot, especially to those that have been with us from the beginning when it was just audio, and then the audio wasn't even that good, and then it got a little bit better, and then a little bit better again, and then the visual, all that stuff. We're trying to get better. Obviously, we're all learning this on the fly. So thanks again for all the patience. Thanks for all the input. The feedback means a lot. So again, please definitely, if you're not already subscribe to the M.A.S Media YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Dubble A Heff. Subscribe to the Instagram page, which is just click follow, and we will follow back. Follow for follow, yay! All that good stuff.
We ain't hoes out here. We won't follow to unfollow either. That's some hoe ass shit. We don't play that game. Excuse my language.
We
Sorry.
follow for life. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So yeah, definitely. Please let us know what y'all want to hear us talk about. Not saying that we're necessarily going to cover that, but
right.
It helps, because we have ideas, but we also want to be able to give y'all what y'all ask for from time to time as well. So with that being said, man, it's been a great night. I do have to wake up early tomorrow.
Same.
Much blessings to all of y'all, man. See y'all next week.
All right, y'all.